Welcome to Teaching in the Future Tense. This professional development experience is designed to help educators reimagine learning in the age of disruption, guided by Jukes and Shafts, a brief history of the future of education. On this page, I link to each of the individual parts of the course, enabling educators to engage with choice. As for myself, I like to go in order. On this slide, I created a video to introduce the module and the concepts throughout. I also provided a quick summary of the text in the link here. This next slide lays out the course objectives and provides participants with an idea of what they will be learning. I start the learning part of the module with a reflection and with context. Participants will use Padlet to compare how classrooms and computers have evolved from 1940 to 2020. One changed dramatically, the other, not so much. The visual sets the stage for why that's the way we've always done it, or TTWWADI, is no longer enough. The next slide discusses TTWWADI is and why we must challenge ourselves to move away from it. I included a quote from John Dewey here. It says, "If we teach today's students as we taught yesterday's, we rob them of tomorrow." I thought this aligned very well with the text. Jukes and Shaft identify 9 core attributes of today's learners, and I thought these were critical to address. I decided to create short TikTok-style clips to explain each concept and provide a brief thought on how teachers can address each of these attributes. So if we take a look at just one of these here.
You ever watch digital learners work? It's one tab for the research, one tab for their music, and of course, one extra tab just for memes. Digital learners feel wired for multitasking. Sadly, it doesn't mean that they're always focused. But instead of fighting students' built-in multitasking nature, we need to teach and plan for it. We need to help students be able to manage it. So we need to create chunked assignments, timers in our lessons, and have intentional transitions.
So I did one of those videos for each of the 9 attributes. And really the idea, again, was to just give teachers a synopsis of what the attribute is and some quick tips on how we can implement these attributes in our class. On this slide, I want to give teachers a chance to reflect on what they learned in the clips and use that knowledge to match some digital teaching tools with the attribute that supports it, or that it supports. Then once they line these up, so they can kind of click and drag. So maybe Minecraft, they think it's a transfluency thing because they can do in and out, or maybe they think it's a fun, relevant, active learning activity. Maybe they think Genially is a hyperlinked learning. As you click through these, they can kind of pick each one they wanted to go to, but then each of these check marks also kind of explain what I chose for each one and why I chose it, and how it aligns with that core attribute. Just a nice way for teachers to kind of learn about maybe some tools they didn't know about, and also learn how they relate to the 9 core attributes of digital learners. And then on this final page here, well, almost final page, I wanted teachers to leave with the start of something for their courses in the coming year. I decided to accomplish this with a second Padlet, and it's more in a column format this time, where teachers can reflect and answer 4 questions, ending in the beginning of a plan for moving away from TTWWADI and addressing the 9 core attributes of digital learners. So by going through these questions, they can kind of come up with a plan, something they can do in their class this year, and get started on it right here in the course. And then finally, I end it with "Your future starts now," and I challenge them to try something new in their class, share something they've learned with a colleague, and then celebrate the growth that they had. And a quick thank you for participating in the course. And that's it.